Volatility has been the buzzword this week in the ag marketplace. It is time now for our closing market summary, and I'm joined by Ethan Robson of agmarket.net. Ethan, when I got to the office here this morning, looked at the ag marketplace, quite a bit of red on the screen. At midday, it was a little bit mixed. How did we close here today?
Yeah, mixed bag in the grains and oilseed complex today. Had May corn up 4.5 cents, 4.67 even. New crop corn up a penny, 4.91 even there. Soybean market, different story. Saw some red on the screen, just couldn't get above the green there. May soybeans down 3.5 at 12.23 and 3/4. New crop down about 7.5 cents there, 11.60. Wheat market ended up 14 cents across the board in the green there, so good to see on that side.
Was it always coming a little bit of a, I guess, bounce back down to earth for the soybean complex after we've seen some sizable gains here this week?
There is, yeah. Saw managed money take a little bit of risk off the table today. Quick reminder, too, U.S. officials are meeting with China and Paris this weekend. Going to be interesting to see the rhetoric that comes out of that meeting going into Sunday night. So think just manage money, looking at their positions, decided to take some risks, take some profit off their longs positions as well. Just kind of wait and see what this meeting is going to bring.
And I know we've talked a little bit about it, Ethan, but the upcoming report at the end of the month, the prospective plannings report, a lot of questions about how many soybean acres are going to be brought into the picture, maybe some farmers switching from corn to soybeans. I know you guys have done some research there at agmarket.net. Has that been illuminating to try and find out some answers there?
It has. It's been pretty interesting to say the least, especially the last 2 to 3 weeks, obviously with some higher corn prices, soybeans hanging in there as well. And obviously the talks of farmers having a hard time getting fertilizer needs, especially with the ongoing conflict in the Middle East and Iran. Ag Market JSA had a survey come out the first part of this month showing us around 94.5 million corn acres there. Obviously, that ebbs and flows given on current market conditions, but that's really the next main market driver, like you talked about, is that end of month planting intentions report, and then we have the grain stocks report as well. And then on top of that, President Trump is set to meet with Chinese president as well in China from March 30th through 31st through the first part of April. So volatility, like you said, is the name of the game right now. Saw volatility surge across the grain complex. The CME volatility index shows soybeans reaching a 1-year high in volatility and corn reaching a 6-month high in volatility. So it just continues to show the importance of proper risk management.
So kind of a wild day in the grains here today. What would it look like on the livestock side of the markets?
Yeah, a little bit of a weaker tone there. Mixed bags. Had live cattle April contract down about 35 to 30.90. Feeder cattle mixed bag there up in the front. A little bit mixed into birds. Lean hogs taking it a little bit on the chin today. That April contract down about 90 points. Big picture wise, stock market's off the highs. Just continue to monitor any potential risk, money flow wise, in the conflict with Iran. Saw the metals market as well taking it on the chin. Gold market's down about 1 to 2% today, and silver's down about 5%. So just seeing some risk off the table as well.
On the livestock side, is the feeder cattle number kind of the easiest to follow along with because of that inverse relationship with corn?
It is, yeah. It's definitely the easier one to kind of correspond with, follow, see what that relationship's going to be. And so that kind of just bleeds across the rest of the complex there. Lean hogs had a little bit of a rough week there as well, just taking some profit off the table. And so really just waiting to see. Fundamentally remains the same, though. U.S. consumer loves their beef, and tight fundamentals continue to rule.
And then one last point, Ethan, before we wrap things up here today. I know the JBS plant in Greeley, Colorado, it's been kind of difficult to follow what to know is true or not about the information coming out about a potential strike or if they're going to strike. But it sounds like this is kind of the rubber meeting the road time with that strike for JBS. Have you heard any more details?
Have not today, no. And obviously, you heard the news going into this week that the strike was going to happen and more than likely going to happen. But it's going to be interesting to see the rhetoric coming out, any of the news wires on more information with that, because that's going to be a major news story going forward. We saw when that news came out, the cattle cattle market broke a little bit there just on risk off news. So it's going to be interesting to see moving forward.
That is one of the largest processing plants in the country. So any kind of a strike there would affect the ag marketplace. He's Ethan Robson with agmarket.net. Ethan, what's the best way for our viewers to get in touch for more marketing information?
Yeah, visit us online at agmarket.net. Give us a call here in Bloomington Normal, 1-800-779-1515.
Thanks so much for the time here today. Really appreciate it and have a great weekend.
You as well. Thank you.